What's doodle bop in Long Beach High School? Today is Thursday, December 7th, and this is Lbtv. Guys, if you have a state test, remember to charge your Chromebooks to 100%. It would not be good if your Chromebook died in the middle of the test. And also, good luck on your state test. Y'all got this. Y'all can pass easily. You're gonna get the best grades ever because y'all are the best students ever. And seniors, there are a lot of scholarships that are ending soon. If you wanna get some free money for college, check the Lbtv Google Classroom. And now, speaking of college, here's Career Callings with Camden.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
My name's Camden. I'm going to be interviewing today. What's your name?
My name is Moses Espinal, and thank you for having me today.
Of course. Do you want to start by telling us a little about yourself, like what you do?
Yeah, where do we begin? So I was born in the Dominican Republic. I came to the United States when I was 9 years old. I grew up in the D.C., Maryland, Northern Virginia area. When I was 18, I joined the Marine Corps. I did 7 years and some change in the Marine Corps as an infantryman, where I deployed 2 times to Afghanistan, once in 2009 and then again in 2011. Left the Marine Corps in 2014 and relocated down here to southern Mississippi. So I've been here roughly 9 years, going on 10. Married, have 3 boys, 9, 7, and 3. Currently, I'm a CPA. I have a small tax practice here in the state, or here in the city, and focus mainly on personal and business tax preparation, small business consulting, tax advisory, and a good number of other miscellaneous services.
You want to tell us about the degrees, certifications, maybe your education?
I guess there are 2 routes, right? You either go the community college route, do your first 2 years there, and then go over to like the state university or local university and do the additional 2 years there. Take your core business classes, your core accounting classes, and then whatever electives are required. Once you have the degree completed, you get a bachelor's of accounting or bachelor's of science in accounting. What you do from there really depends on you, right? Most people that pursue the bachelor's in accounting, after that they either go get a master's degree or they go straight into the CPA process. Now, the CPA license requires that you have 150 credit hours in business and general credits. So most students, when they're done with their bachelor's, they only sit like at around 120, 130 credits. So the master's is required, right? Now, for those that do go to the community college or had extra classes in high school, those credits, or had college classes while going to high school, those credits help you get to that 150, right? Now, the licensing process for the CPA exam, it's a very rigorous exam, very rigorous process, but so worth it, right? There are 4 exams. Each of the exams highlights one of the specialities that you can take, right? There's taxation, there's auditing, there's financial reporting, and then there's like general business concepts, which is a mixture of everything you learn in 4 years. So now, if we're talking about all the classes that you have to take to earn your degree, and however long it takes to complete the process, right? You condense all those classes into 4 exams, and it's thinking about it gives me a headache.
Yeah.
but definitely more than worth the time that's required to be put into it. Mainly because as soon as you get that license, so many doors open up for you.
Sounds very rigorous, but definitely worth the payoff. I'm aware being in the military will grant you a GI Bill. Did you use that, and has it helped you with your education and impacted your career?
No, yeah, the GI Bill was definitely a godsend. And obviously that's an incentive that the military offers you to, or offers young people that don't necessarily have the ability to pay for college up front, or the want to take college loans out, right? So the GI Bill carried me through my associates. It paid for my bachelor's, and it paid for half of my master's.
Wow.
So overall, I would say the time that I put into the Marine Corps was more than worth it, just on that fact alone, right?
Yeah.
So I was able to, again, complete almost 3 different programs with the amount of money allocated to me from the GI Bill.
Do you enjoy what you do? Like, do you have a passion for this like career choice?
I would say yes and no. I do love the fact that it gives me the ability to, it gives me the flexibility to do what I need to do, right? So there's really no fixed schedule. I can start working when I need to start working. I can stop working when I want to stop working, right? At the end of the day, being in this profession allows me, or gives me the opportunity to pursue things that I'm really passionate about, right? One of those things being helping veterans. So through the skills that I've learned in the CPA profession, right, I'm able to use those skills to help people that need the help, right?
Of course.
So any veterans that have small businesses that they need to grow, they need funding, they need some guidance. I'm able to use the skills that I've learned through being a CPA to help those individuals, right? And not just so much on the business aspect, but also on the individual side, right? Like a couple of months ago, we formed an organization called the Gulf Coast Veterans Association, and we've been going full speed since the formation, doing different stuff doing different things in the veteran community, right? Like we hosted a claims clinic where we assisted veterans. We assisted 50 veterans in filing their disability claims with the VA, mainly older people older veterans that don't have the aptitude to like do something on their phone or their computer. After that, we held a couple of celebrations here in Pass Christian for Veterans Day. And then on actual Veterans Day, we hosted a pretty amazing Veterans Day parade in downtown Pass Christian, And going forward, the goal is to grow the organization to a point where we really become the one-stop shop for any veteran-related need, right? Whether that's addressing homelessness in the veteran community of the Gulf Coast, whether that is helping veterans pay a bill, a mortgage, help a veteran get a hold of the VA or their congressman, or literally, if a veteran has a need, we want to be that place that they can go to get that need taken care of.
Wow.
And like I said, my job gives me the flexibility, it gives me the skills, and it gives me the network, right, to help those that need help, right?
Wow. I think it's awesome your schedule is malleable enough to still be able for you to fulfill your passions. I think that's very cool. Do you want to explain to us maybe what kind of salary range is to be expected from somebody in your field?
Okay. And great question. And that, again, that depends on which route you take, right?
Of course.
If you go the corporate route, that's going to be dictated by the size of your company. That's going to be dictated by your position within the company. And then, so if we're talking about like base salary for an accountant graduating, a fresh accountant graduating, no experience, they're generally looking at, or last time I checked, on the corporate side, you're generally looking at like 60 to 70,000, depending on the company and the cost of living for the area that you're in. Obviously, 60,000 here in Mississippi is going to equal to like 75,000 in Seattle, right? If you go the public accounting route, generally the new associates are starting at 65, 70. And again, that's going to be based off, one, how big the firm is, and then two, your location. Now, most people do public accounting with these big accounting firms, and then they leave and they either go the corporate route or they start their own practices. If you start your own practice, the level of income or your salary, right? It's on you, right? How hungry are you to get new clients? How hungry are you to retain those clients? What are you doing to promote yourself, right? And if you're really good at advertising, and if you're really good at selling your services, at that point, like there is no cap to how much you can make. You can make $20,000, or you can make $300,000 in a year. It depends on, again, how hungry you are for it.
Was there something? Is there like some kind of advice you would give to somebody who would want to maybe pursue a similar field to you, or maybe general career advice that you would want to give to a student?
So I think with any career path that a student may take, the best advice I can give is you don't have to be super passionate about a career field to go into that career field, right? If you have the aptitude to complete the coursework, focus on the task and complete it, right? That career field, whatever it may be, whether it's accounting, whether it is marketing, whether it is general business, right? That career field, if you're hungry enough for the work and if you're hungry enough for the growth, is gonna allow you to pursue your true passions, right?
Of course.
At the end of the day, we don't want to say that one degree is better than another one, but we have to be realistic and say, in 4 years, when I'm done with this degree, am I gonna be able to make the money that I need to survive? And if the realistic answer is a no, you may want to pursue something else, right? And again, not discouraging anyone to not pursue something they're passionate about, but also understanding that the world that you guys are growing up in is pretty expensive, right? And what you have to look at is how many people are taking this degree, how many professionals are there in this field, what is the average national salary for this field, what is the local salary for this field. Can I feed myself and a family eventually if I pursue this career option? And if the answer is no to all those questions, some reevaluation may be needed. And lastly, like some of these more technical professions, they may seem hard, but I promise you, like, it's not harder than anything else you're being taught in high school if you actually focus and apply it.
That's all my questions for you. Do you have any final closing comments or?
Well, no, thank you so much for having me here today. Again, I've had a pretty amazing journey coming here to the U.S., joining the Marine Corps, being a professional here on the Gulf Coast, and now being the president and founder of this nonprofit. So my final advice to those that are undecided whether they want to go to school or not, if you decide that school is not currently your thing, go join a military service, go travel the world, go experience what this country has to offer, and then go to school. Everybody, if you don't go to college, get a trade. But don't waste your early years on nothing. And that's pretty much it.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me.
I love hearing your story. Thank you for your service as well.
Thank you.
I very much appreciate that.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
I'm Dominic Rayner, solemnly alone, and this is LBTV, rockin' out.